Hey, coaches. So it is Tuesday. It's Team Tip Tuesday, and I want to follow up with last week's on how to do your Instagram profile and having your link tree in there so that you can have your Google form in there. So when you're running a new group, whether it's a paid challenge group, a free group, a coach information session, or even you're just gathering information, like for launches, then you can link it to a Google form. So I'm going to show you quickly how to do that. I'm going to try and keep this really quick. So I'm going to share my screen. So you have to have a Gmail account for the Google Forms. That's what I use. And if you click on this, I'm just going to put me way over here. I don't know where. Hopefully you can see everything. The little dots over here when you're in your Gmail. And click on that. And it's going to open up. I go to my drive. Might have to make me little so I'm out of the way. Computer's probably going to be running a little bit slow, but anyway. So you're in your drive, and this is a great place. You can see you really can access whatever you have saved in here. You can also access from the Google Drive on your phone. So that's why I like to have it here in case I need to come in and I don't have my computer with me. Then I can access the stuff here. This is where I write my daily posts, and I write it in here so I can type it on the computer, and then I might copy and paste it from my phone, especially if I'm posting to Instagram. So if you go to your drive, my drive, and you click on more, you'll see Google Forms here. It'll go out and just say a blank form. So click on that. And it's really actually very easy. So you title your form whatever you want. Like mine, I call it You and Your Goals. So when I'm talking with people or I'm emailing this out, I ask them, I want to get to know about more about you and your goals. And then when this form pops up, it says You and Your Goals. And then in another video, I'll show you how to add links into your emails through your Google Streak, which will be another training, and so that you can title the link You and Your Goals. So it just kind of makes it this seamless. They know that they're clicking on and clicking through to the right thing. But name it what you want, and then you can put a form description in. And I will I will show you here at the end some things, like if you want to say that this is just you want to get to know more about what they've tried in the past, what has worked, what hasn't worked as well as they've liked. This will help me to help create a plan that is specific to you and your goals based on, and so that's what you just kind of want to type in there. So when they get this form, they can see, exactly why they're filling this out. And then you start with your first question. So and I've learned this the hard way. Your first question actually is going to be name. I did not put that on my first form, and I would get these forms emailed to me, and it would have all this great information, and I would have no idea who it was from. Because sometimes even with the email, you can't tell. It's like cookiechicken123@gmail.com. I'm like, I have no idea who that is. So name, and then you can put short answer here. I always click that it's a required for them to answer that. So they cannot finish this form without answering every one that you have selected as required. And then you just add another question. You can request an email right here, or there's another option I'll show you in a second where it gathers the emails. I just put it in because I want them to, offer that email up. Email address, right? That's it. Short answer again, and required. So everything's required. And then it just walks you through, like, what is this? This enables automatic collection of emails, allowing you to track responders and response receipts and more. So you could do this. If I click on it, it's going to put it up at the top, right? And that they have to enter that in. And then, so either way, right at the beginning, So, and then you enter in your next question, and you can move these around. So you're clicking on this, you see how the name dropped. I want the name at the top. So, and the next question is, you know, and so there's going to be a few questions you're going to want to ask. Like on my current form, you know, I have things like, do you have any food allergies? And you might, you know, you can add whatever questions you want here. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want. And then, so when you have a question like this, you can, you know, you might be just simple yes or no answers because it sees it's a question, but you might want to allow them to elaborate. So that would be a long answer text so that they have more room to share what their food allergies might be. And again, making that required. You know, you might just ask things like, so when it comes to nutrition, what do you struggle with most? And then this could be a multiple choice here, and then you can provide them some options. So knowing what to eat, I don't even know where to start. So you're just kind of making options for them to, you know, they might not think about what do I struggle with most, not knowing what to eat, you know, and it's kind of like, I don't even know where to start. So they may not have offered that up. So you kind of just want to give them a little bit of prompts. I eat way too much or not enough, right? And then obviously when they check these, and then you talk to them, they may check multiple things, and then you can go over it. Like, so you'll discuss their answers with them. Emotional eating. So just think about some of the things that you know are, I turn to food when, and if you want my form, and I've done several forms, I can give you some, and you can pick and choose some questions from it to make yours, etc. So on this one, you know, this is just a couple of examples here. You know, I have like, it seems too expensive to eat healthy food. I give in to unhealthy choices and beat myself up over it. I go through phases of being strict and then binging on the food I was restricting. I can't figure out how to stay on track while traveling or eating out. I have my nutrition dialed in. So you also want to give them that option is like, maybe they don't struggle with nutrition. Maybe that's not what they're looking for. Totally. And a lot of times you're not going to get people that are going to answer that, but they're going to read that and they're going to know that that's a possibility. If that's an option to answer, then that's a possibility, right? So you got to let them know, like, we're not just looking at struggles, but what is possible. So there's other questions. So then you would make that required and answer. Another one, you know, like I like to ask, what have you tried in the past that has worked, and what has not worked as well as you'd liked? So, and then leaving that long answer form so that they can kind of tell you what they've tried. You know, they may have tried keto, they may have tried Weight Watchers, they may have tried the cabbage soup diet, who knows? Some of that may have worked for them and they may have liked certain parts of it. Like Weight Watchers, it's really a no-brainer. You just look at what foods and how many points, and you have so many points for the day, and you track it. You can track it on a phone, and that may have worked for them. But the thing with that, and I've done that myself, I've done Weight Watchers myself, and I did like that simplicity of it, but it doesn't really teach you how to eat, and it's also not, in my opinion, about nourishing your body with the most dense, best foods. You know, it allows you to eat processed and packaged foods. And, you know, there's lots of things that are 0 points that people will overeat on. So when they're not doing that, then they just don't know how to continue to sustain that. So obviously required there. And again, you don't want to get too many questions. Are you currently exercising? What kind of workouts do you like most? Actually, you don't want to ask both that, because you can't say yes or no and then also have them, because then here what I would actually do is, you know, you want to make it simple for them just to have some options. So what kind of workouts do you like most? Interval cardio, yoga, you know, and just give them options here. Resistance training, weights, ants, walking my dog, you know, whatever you want to do there, right? Okay, so then required. And then, like on my form, I do have, you know, asking them if they're currently taking any supplements, if they'd be willing to try ones that I suggest. Sorry, my computer's actually funny. Okay, so there we go. And one of the final ones, just to show you another option here, on a scale, let's see, on a scale from 1 to 10, how ready are you to make a change in your life? Push past the excuses. You're touching their emotional strings, so you really want to word these so that it gets them thinking, and create lifestyle changes that will get you lasting results. So this is what you're offering them, exclamation point. And then, so then you have a scale here, 1 to 10, label. So this is, so then you can label, what would 1 be? Very unsure, not ready yet. So that would be a 1, and 10 is beyond ready, exclamation point, sign me up. Okay, so then required. And then, so then you can look at this and preview this. So here's what it's going to look like when they get it. You and your goals. Your little blurb will be in here on, you know, thank you for taking the time to fill out this form so I can get to know you and your goals better. That will help me to create a plan specific to you and your goals. Answer the questions as thoroughly as you can, hit submit, and I will get back with you in 24 hours, kind of thing, 24 to 48 hours. So you see what it looks like here, and then they can click and click. I'm not sure if you can allow more than one, but anyway. So they'll answer the best one. And then right here you see it's like, okay, yeah, I'm sort of there. And that'll just kind of give you a gauge on how interested they are. Okay, and then let's go back to the form. And you can do things like changing the color here. So maybe you want a color, different color, and it changes that. Choose image for your header. So they've got some pre-done ones here that you can do, and you can also upload your own photos. So maybe you want to put this, select, and it's going to be right up here. So right there. That titles it automatically, whatever you've titled your form. Okay, so you can save that, X out of that. And then in the settings here, it's hit ready to collect email addresses. So you can always change this, right? Limit to 1 response. I mean, if they want to fill it out again, I don't ever check these. Edit after submit. I don't think I've ever checked any of those, because I don't, you know, I get the form, then I book a time to go over the form with them. And Let me just look one place. I want to make sure it's here in the settings. What's this? Respondents receive a copy of the responses. Well, that would be kind of good. Oh, this is good confirmation message here. So, and I think I have this. When they do submit it, you can say, thank you for taking the time to fill out the form about you and your goals. Right? Okay. I wish I could do that. Preferences. Let me just see here. There's collect email addresses. Yeah. That's not it. I'm sorry. Send. You can email these out to people. Here's what I'm looking for is just I want to make sure that you get it emailed to you. So when they hit submit, just want to make sure you're going to get it emailed to you. So I think it's automatic now. So we'll just go with that. And if what I used to do is come in here and check to see if there were any new responses. So when they do respond, you'll see them here. So 0 responses, but you know, people fill it out, it'll be like 2 responses, and then you can look at them individually, or as like if you were doing a big survey, you could just see how many people out of 100 were 10 on a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, right? So that's like more for surveys to do a summary, but you're going to look at individual responses. Okay, so then send, and here's where you get the link here, shorten that link, and then you want to copy this because that's going to be your link. And what I do is go to my notes and I put in here, I have like form links here. So, and I've just created a few forms and got a few other things, but this is where I always keep all my links that if I need to send it out or put it in my, in the, you know, the comments of my post, or I need to put it in my email or message it to somebody, I have them easily right here. So then, you know, you just say, like, where do I have it? Right here. You and your goals. And then I did, anyway, I've dated them because I've made a couple of different ones. So anyway, you'll want to do that. And I would suggest putting a date on it, because if you go and revise it, then you'll know. Okay, so that's what I do. Put it in there, and then you have it. And let's stop sharing. Okay, so then you have that link, and then when you go over to your link tree, we'll just do this real quick. I'll show you when you go into your link as a reminder, go to your link, dr.ee, Linktree, log in. It'll have you log in with your Instagram. And then add new button, right? Add new button. You see that? Add new button. And then here's where you will paste that forms URL, right? And this is tell me more about you and your goals. Form, whatever. Okay, so then that's there. You do that, and that's actually what this Google form is here on mine. So that's it. So then you have it in your Google or your in your link tree, and then you can also put that. You know, when you do a post and saying if you're interested in I would like to help you create a meal, a health and fitness or food and fitness program specific to you, complete the form in the comments below, and you definitely don't want to put it in the post, you want to put it in the comments. Complete the form in the comments below, and I will create a plan. I will get back to you with my suggestions on how you can get to your goals. So that's how you do that. Okay, so I'm going to end this because it's already, I feel like, too long, but hopefully you can play this. And if you want to do a work session where we create the form together, I definitely am open to doing that because it sometimes is easier when somebody's just walking you through, and it really doesn't really take that long. And if you're creating your form, before you go to create your form, if you want to get copies of mine, let me know and I will send them to you. All right, bye.